Welcome and thank you for joining us on another edition of Sunshine Plus, a program sponsored by the Ondo State Government. I am Dakbo Aruwa-Joye. On this edition, we have 3 stories for your viewing pleasure. Firstly, the Ondo State Government has received another batch of reconditioned vehicles, and the State Governor, Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, said the 30 of them will be given out to some permanent secretaries who just retired. From there, we will move on to give you the full gist of the Nobel Laureate, Prof Wole Soyinka's visit to Ondo State as part of his 85th birthday. And also lined up for your viewing pleasure is the story on the wife of the Ondo State Governor, Mrs. Betty Anyawu-Akeredolu's crusade against the menace of rape in the Sunshine State. So, without wasting much time, let's fire our first salvo with an update on the reconditioned vehicles by the Ondo State Government.
Lined up are the latest batch of reconditioned vehicles used by previous administrations in Ondo State and later left to rot away. They were brought back to life by Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu SAN, who engaged Logical Ideas Limited with the help of local artisans in the state to resuscitate hundreds of them. In the past few months, a whole lot has been done on these vehicles. The refurbishment exercise carried out on the around 300 vehicles involved total overhauling, changing of engines, working systems, and general bodywork. The first batch was delivered to the office of the governor at Alagbaka, Akure.
Today we are glad that we are able to deliver the first set of 5 Hiluxes. These vehicles were totally run down. They were towed to the place, but today, to the grace of God and also with the support of His Excellency, we have these brand new looking vehicles. What has happened here is that look, the times are hard and we must be creative. We have to think out of the box, and that's why we have gone this length. Now we can see, and I think they have done very well. Even if we were to do this outside, you won't get 2 years warranty. Now we are beginning 2 years warranty. That means when anything happens to the engine and co, they are repaired. So that repair or change it. And all of us can see it. This is to me looking new. You can see the seats. You can see all the light. They have really done great work on this.
While a few others have been delivered to some ministries, departments, and agencies. The Governor, Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu SAN, is present at this occasion to receive yet another batch of these reconditioned vehicles. They are 30 in number.
For the glory of God, for payment of the people of Ondo State, in the name of the Father, and of the Son.
According to the chairman of Logical Ideas, Chief Wole Soyinka, the state government saved 463 million naira on the 30 reconditioned cars. The government spent 65 million naira only on the 30 Toyota vehicles, which would have cost a whopping sum of 528 million naira if new ones were purchased. Another cheering news is that there is a 2-year guarantee on each of the reconditioned vehicles.
I want to commend the governor for walking the talk of think anew, act anew. In thinking anew, in this project, the governor is stopping waste. What you are seeing before you today has given, or this action of the governor and his team has given Ondo State very massive savings. Today in the market, you want to get vehicles, brand new vehicles that will give you this amount of productivity and functionality. You will spend 528 million. Arakunrin has brought this to Ondo State with just about 65 million. I think we should applaud that. These vehicles are not as good as brand new, but they are better than Taekwondo. All the critical parts that are necessary have been renewed, brand new, have been put there. So here, the deal that Arakunrin has given Ondo State is that there is a 2-year warranty on the engines of this vehicle.
There is no Taekwondo car that comes with a warranty anywhere in the world. So what we have here are reconditioned cars that are actually close to brand new cars. And the truth is that this is a cost saving strategy. This has saved the state a lot of money that is being put to other youth. Mr. Governor, sir, I must really say that this is an exceptional act on your part, and it shows that at all times you are thinking about the well-being of those of us working for you.
While receiving the vehicles, the elected governor said in this present economy, administrative ingenuity and frugality are basic needs for good governance.
This is first of its kind in history of this state. And I can tell you, it is first of its kind in the history of Nigeria. We are saving a lot of money. That is my belief, and all of you will see that we are. These vehicles are commissioning here today, for me, is clear evidence of prudence. You cannot call it any other name. It is evidence of prudence and a logical decision. At this time, where there is no fund, everybody wants vehicle. Is that not so? But I can assure you, we have made our mind that some of our earlier beneficiaries, since we were not able to buy them new vehicles, they are our retired Permanent Secretaries. I gave them my word and I will fulfill it. They are to return their old legacy vehicles and go home with this as part of their retirement benefit. This has dovetailed into our electionary campaign, which you all know, think anew, act anew. Think anew, act anew.
Think anew and act anew is the mantra of Governor Akeredolu's administration, and this lofty idea, which is the first of its kind in the history of Ondo State and most states in the nation, is definitely in tandem with that mantra. It's important to note that this idea to recondition vehicles, which was informed by the desire to prudently manage the state's scarce resources, will save the government about 5.4 billion naira. This then means that the administration of Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu SAN is obviously creatively thinking outside the box by reducing waste and cutting costs of governance considerably, while at the same time getting optimal services for its workforce and bureaucracy. It's indeed a new dawn. Adeola Adeniyi for Sunshine Plus.
Welcome back. And now we'll move on to our next piece on Professor Wole Soyinka's visit to Ondo State in commemoration of his 85th birthday. Now enjoy the package. The International Culture and Event Center, the Dome, in Akure, the capital of Ondo State, played host to dignitaries from near and far as they gathered to witness the second Fagunwa Study Group International Conference with the theme Soyinka, Wole Soyinka, D.O. Fagunwa, and the Yoruba Artistic Heritage. The event was also meant to celebrate Professor Wole Soyinka's 85th birthday. Born on 13th of July 1934, Professor Akinwande Oluwole Babatunde Soyinka is a Nigerian renowned playwright and poet who was awarded the 1986 Nobel Prize in Literature, the first African to be honored in that category. It's a rare privilege that he chose to celebrate his birthday in Ondo State, and the state government is glad to be a part of the once-in-a-lifetime celebration. In his address, Ondo State Governor Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu SAN said Professor Wole Soyinka remains a priceless conscience of Nigeria and a global literary giant and a gift to Africa, Nigeria, and the Yoruba race.
I'm excited that Uncle Wole Soyinka has turned 85. For us, he remains a mentor, the world-renowned icon, a Nobel Laureate, first-class academic, a playwright, a poet, a novelist, a great human condition activist.
The elated celebrant was full of gratitude for the unique celebration.
Finally, Mr. Governor, when we met at the Drum Festival, and you said, hey, and you said, are you really coming? Are we expecting you? I said, don't be too eager, because when I appear, you'll be sorry. I said, I'm a very demanding guest. Are you sure you can cope? He said, okay, come on, I'll show you. We're ready for you. So I arrived, and he stumbled a little bit, but he quickly recovered. I want to thank him for his wonderful host and all his staff, your generosity, time, and all of you here. You will all reach 85 and exceed 85. Productive years. Thank you very much.
Thereafter, Professor Soyinka insisted that beyond relying on various reports on the governor's performance in the media, he would no doubt appreciate the popular dictum, seeing is believing. So he chose to visit a few of Gov Akeredolu's developmental project sites. The Nobel Laureate was personally driven and conducted round a few of the project sites in the state capital by Arakunrin Akeredolu in one of the newly reconditioned vehicles used by previous administrations and left to rot away. So therefore, the yard where about 300 of these reconditioned vehicles are being transformed became the first point of call for the Prof's short tour. Professor Soyinka could not hide his excitement as he hailed Gov Akeredolu for championing the cost-saving and strategic leadership initiative which has engaged a lot of artisans from Ondo State. The governor and other members of the State Executive Council, alongside Professor Soyinka, also visited the A Division to NEPA, as well as the ongoing dualization of NEPA to Oluwatoyi roundabout. The Nobel Laureate, who disclosed that he has been on constant visit to the state in the course of his literary work, observed that the Ondo State Governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu SAN, has changed the face of the state in a short period of time.
You don't need any further boasting from me. Just look at the evidence, and that's all the comment I have to make. The facts show the light.
The literary giant's accolade stemmed from the undeniable fact that Governor Akeredolu's financial management ingenuity reflected in the prudent allocation of the scarce public resources to promote the total well-being of the people of the state. Later on, the Ondo State Government hosted the living legend at a gala night to celebrate his 85th birthday. There, the elected governor showed his talent in singing. He, alongside Uncle Jimmy Sholanke, thrilled the audience with beautiful songs and wonderful dance steps to the admiration of Nigeria's only Nobel Laureate and the world's renowned icon. It was indeed a homecoming for the Nobel Laureate, having visited the state in a number of times. However, this trip will forever remain indelible in the mind of Professor Wole Soyinka, not only because of the hospitality and love shown by the Fagunwa study group, the Ondo State government and its people, but also because he did witness in his lifetime the tremendous transformation that Ondo State is experiencing under the present administration of Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu SAN. It's indeed a new dawn. Dakbo Aruajoy for Sunshine Plus.
Glad to know you're still there. The Ondo State First Lady, Arabirin Betty Anyawu-Akeredolu, has scaled up interest in the safety of the feminine gender. At this time is the fight against rape in the Sunshine State.
It is an open secret that women and girl child are vulnerable to various social vices in our society. Common among these vices is rape, which is increasingly occurring on daily basis. This ugly trend did not go down well with the wife of the governor of Ondo State, Her Excellency Arabirin Betty Anyawu-Akeredolu. For her, there is an urgent need to bear the mind of women by staging a walk against rape, especially on minors in the state. To this end, a peaceful protest took place in all the 18 local government areas of the Sunshine State.
We had begun the fight against rape, as you rightly pointed out. It's an epidemic in Ondo State. I don't know what happens in Ondo State. I can only talk about our own state. And it's also becoming an embarrassment to any right-thinking or well-meaning citizen of this state. We've got to put a stop to it. And barely 2 weeks that we marched in all the 18 local governments because of rape cases brought against old dirty men raping 4, 5, 6 years. I mean, it's heartbreaking. And we took to the street without violence or anything, just like civilized women marched.
Akungba Akoko is the host town of Adekunle Ajasin University in Ondo State, where a soldier, Sunday Awulola, was recently accused of raping a 300-level student. Her Excellency did not take the development lightly, as she did not waste time in picking interest in the arrest of the accused. Sunday Awulola has been arraigned before a magistrate court sitting in Akure, the state capital.
Mr. Governor did inform the Nigerian military that is interested in the prosecution of this case, and just like the wife of the governor of Ondo State, equally demanded through a letter of protest to the CP of Ondo State, and equally to the brigadier representing or heading the 32 Artillery Brigade of the Nigerian Army. And so what we are witnessing today is a reflection and manifestation of their commitment to ensuring that justice is delivered to every talk, dick and Harry in Ondo State, as long as you live in Ondo State.
The interest of the ministries, interest of government, to ensure that justice is achieved. And what has happened today, for example, is to see through what the state government is, the system generally, ensuring that justice, justice both sides, from the accused and from the one that is victim. The court has proved that today.
However, Arabirin is not resting on her hers in ensuring that rape cases nosedive in Ondo State. She went further by introducing a skill that will strategically place girl child and women against rape. It is the introduction of Taekwondo class at the 2019 edition of BEMORE Summer Boot Camp in Ilaramokin, Ondo State. The camp is one of the projects of Arabirin Akeredolu aimed at helping every girl child to achieve her potentials in life.
Barely 2 weeks, this soldier thing came up, and I said no. So that made me to now include Taekwondo in this BEMORE camp, because that AAUS student, if she had the skill, I can tell you, that soldier, maybe you will even be in hospital. She left my office right now because I asked her, when this thing was happening, where was his gun? Where was his gun? He said the gun was by the side. I said, you see. So we are right that every girl child, even women, even myself, I'm learning Taekwondo, must have that skill.
When I was out to fight Taekwondo, we'll be able to defend ourselves from those rapists and anyone that will just stand against us that we are a girl, we don't have any rights. But since when we started this Taekwondo, we can have the right to defend ourselves from any or anybody like men.
In this time and age, it is imperative for both girls and women to stand up for justice and claim their rightful positions in life. Kudos to Arabirin Betty Anyawu-Akeredolu for creating an enviable platform for others to build on.
Arabirin says enough is enough.
Adeola Adeniyi for Sunshine Plus.
Well, that's all we can take on this edition of Sunshine Plus. I am Dakpo Aruwa Joye. Thanks for watching, and God bless the Sunshine State.